Alright, here we go again. I'm gonna do a slightly different video. This is gonna be called Watching Shoes. Normally it's watching watches, but this one, I had to make a video on this Nike All Condition Gear ACG versus Nike Sportswear NSW. This one is the Nike Sportswear, that one is the ACG All Condition Gear. Don't usually do Nike shoes. I've had very few. I got a pretty decent shoe collection, but very few Nikes. But these definitely deserve to be mentioned. I'm typically a hater on Nike. They've got maybe 3 before these that I had, and very rare shoes. Maybe I'll do a video on any of the 3, or I honestly don't know if it's 3, might be more than that. But either way, these are really standout. It's my first shoe video. Even I have to slide a couple watches in there. That one is Invicta Sea Hunter, and this one is a Gv2 submarine themed watch. Everybody who knows the Sea Hunter knows it's also submarine themed. It's got the submarine propeller in the back. It's a gargantuan watch, tank of a watch. This one is actually Garfield themed. So you got Garfield in various places. A lot of people probably have no idea who Garfield was. He was a cartoon character, television character when we were kids, when I was a kid. So this one also special because this one is a number 7 of a limited edition. So the limited edition, they made 3,000, and this is number 7 of that. It's getting difficult to zoom in on that. But it says Garfield. As you know, it's number 7, water resistant, 300 meters. Swiss movements, big chunky bezel. I mean, it's pure steel. It's just a monster. This watch. All right, that one is fine. The Gv2 watch, also submarine themed. Check out the back of that one. Gv2 doesn't want to focus. Submarine in the middle. All steel on the back, rose gold plated. But check that out. Check out the curvature on this thing. Curved steel. Talk about a comfortable watch to wear. Very comfortable. Also, it's got a hidden bezel, unlike that one. Unlike the Invicta Sea Hunter, the bezel under this, in this one is underneath the glass. It's got the carbon fiber face, but you move the bezel like that one. It's kind of a more professional way to move the bezel, I guess. You got the alligator embossed leather. This one does also have multiple, GMT time. So, pretty cool watch. Can't hate on it. Solid build. All right, now for what we came for. This is the NSW, Nike Sportswear. That I have to give a lot of credit to. This is like Alcantara fabric. I'm not sure what that is. It's very comfortable. But this lunar lawn on that boot means when you're stepping, you can't feel anything on that boot. I first tested those shoes out on the side of a mountain, and that was the first thing I noticed before anything, like where did the rocks go? It's like a tour bus or air ride suspension in a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or something. Extremely comfortable shoe. Second thing about this NSW Nike boot is it's got the zipper, which is pretty cool. So you can zip that up. I don't know how to be able to do this with one hand, probably not. But that zips up all the way around and to there. Once it's zipped up, this fabric is actually thick. It's like a thick cushion as well as this fabric. So it provides a lot of comfort on the top of the shoe while it's extremely snug. If it's not snug enough, you can take this, pinch those and pull that cord and watch the inside. It gets really, really cozy. Too cozy for me. I never use that part. But just a great shoe. That traction is monstrous. I love leaving tracks in the snow with this traction because it's like, what are those? Just big, huge blocks in the snow. It's a gargantuan boot. I'm glad they call it a boot because it should be called a boot. It's comfortable as a shoe, but it's monster. When you're walking, you really feel invincible with those things on. Great job, Nike. You didn't plaster the Nikes like you usually do on the side of shoes. Some people love that huge Nike check. Hey, look at me, I did it. We did it. Nike did it. I'm not a fan of that at all, so I don't really buy Nikes. But did a great job with this one. Didn't have Nike advertisement, free advertisement, plastered all over the shoe. That's awesome. Now you do have NSW plastered on the shoe, but most people, including myself, you can't hardly read that. It just looks like some kind of technology. And the sewing is pretty cool. You got various fabrics, 3 different types of fabrics on this shoe, and they meet up nice. The sewing is impeccable. So the stitching is something I look for in a quality shoe. Check. Nike did excellent stitching on this shoe. I look for not a lot of glue. Nike loves glue, but I can't knock that boot. Very good, very nice shoe. This one's all condition gear. Typically, the last time I bought a Nike boot, I told myself I would never do it again because it lasted maybe 2 weeks before I realized it wasn't going to work because the rubber on the bottom vanished, and I was doing local delivery in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was like, wow, I just spent whatever for the shoe, and it lasted me 2 weeks before you started to realize this rubber was going to go away. Well, I read before I purchased this shoe that they have changed the rubber for this shoe to make it extremely durable and extremely hard. So far, so great. You can't even tell I drag my feet. You can't even tell. These are all worn, as you can see. These are not in perfect condition because I use them. It's wintertime. But even in non-winter, this is a great shoe. As you can see, it's like a sock. You could put laces in it. I'm not a laces man or fan. That's probably why that one has no laces. This one doesn't have laces, nor does it need it. Typically don't buy the shoe if it absolutely needs laces. This one was made out of high-end materials. Of course, fabric is not high-end, but some might say that knit or battle knit or whatever they're calling it at Nike is actually high-end. I don't know. But either way, it's comfortable. This is also a waterproof shoe. That one is also a waterproof shoe. So this is actually very bouncy. The shoe overall, I would say, is not bouncy, especially not compared to that. But this air bubble you can feel on that heel. When you're stepping down on that hill, you can tell, wow, I'm not on the ground. So that air bubble works well. I do like how they flared out the sides for stability. I had a pair of Adidas, which were really cool, but I rolled my ankle in them every other time I wore them. And I was thinking with those, if they could have just flared the sides out, that would have been like a Air Force One, a type of shoe you never actually let go of. You just keep coming out with it because it was a really cool Adidas, but I'm sure they got a lot of people telling them I rolled my ankle in that. So kudos to Nike, again, for the width of that. You're not going to roll your ankle in this, especially if you're on mountains and rocks and whatnot. They were thinking, definitely were thinking when they built both of these shoes. So this one's got some extremely premium leather here, very premium, all condition gear. Premium leather on the inside. There's the all condition gear slogan. Shout out to Nike because it says all condition gear, and all conditions means all conditions. I have to give them credit. This is a beautiful shoe, as well as that one, Nike Sportswear. But both are beautiful shoes. This one has also premium leather. That's really high-end leather right there. Not sure why they went with that, but you can't knock it. I'm glad I have it. just leather in places you wouldn't expect. This is a Nike boot. So, interesting. Those are the shoes. I hope you enjoyed that video. And this is watching shoes. Typically watching watches, but today we're actually watching shoes as well. Which one is better?